Hey guys, Marilyn here. So in today's video, I wanted to show Cricut users on how to upload already designed templates for cutting rhinestones on your, or cutting rhinestone templates on your Cricut die cutting machine. Now, I started off with SCal, which was sure cuts a lot. And I started off with that program because number one, it was budget friendly. It was only $45 and it was pretty basic and simple. I have since then upgraded to the Rhinestone World's Design Wizard. That is an investment. However, it's also on a professional level as well. So I wanted to show people that even if you don't have a Rhinestone program, you can still purchase finished designs and upload them to your Cricut design space and cut out rhinestone templates. The template material that I purchased from TRW is called Magic Flock. Other companies will refer to it as Sticky Flock. And the reason why it's called Sticky Flock is because one side is nice plush side where you want to brush your rhinestones in, and on the other side it's a little sticky. So you want to lay the sticky side down to your table so when you're brushing in your rhinestones, your template is not moving around. That's why it's called Sticky Flock. So at any rate, I'm into my account here at the Rhinestone World, and I've selected my orders. All right. If I go to my orders, you'll see that there's an entire list here of things that I've purchased. Now, if I go down to the second one, this will have multiple items that I ordered. And these are heart related because I had my nephew here that wanted to make something for my sister, and he wanted something that had hearts in it. The one that we went with was this heart cross. This one I cut the template. So when I click on any of those that are in the same order, all your downloads are going to pop up at the same time. Now, if you're wondering why there's multiple of the same kind, is because there's different formats for each one. So this big heart comes in a CPS format. This one comes in a SVG format. The heart cross comes in a SVG, PNG, and an EPS. And then the scattered heart comes in CDR, CPS, and PNG, and I believe there's an SVG as well. All right, so let's go to the anchor that we want to cut today. Technically, I've already cut it, but for tutorial purposes, we're going to work on the anchor, which is this one. All right, so I'm going to select View Download. It's going to show me the image of the purchase that I made, and then I'm going to go over here to Download here, and this is where I want to download it. I've already downloaded mine in a Corel TRW folder on my desktop, so I'm not going to download it again. Let's do Corel Draw first. So for those of you that do own the wizard and you have Corel Draw with your wizard, this is going to be the easiest way to cut already designed templates in your Cricut design space and on your Cricut cutting machine. So the first thing I want to do is import my purchase. Here's my anchor in Corel Draw. I'm just going to hit enter and it's going to drop it there. All right. Now, I only want the yellow template. This is the only one I need. I don't need two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete the first one. Okay. So now I'm left with this anchor. Now, for those of you that use Design Space, as you know, you can only slice two objects at once. In here, if I were to highlight this, you'll see that these dots are multiple objects. Okay, so this is an object. Oops, let me unclick it. Oops. This is an object, this is an object, this is an object. So you want to make sure that everything stays together here. Hold on a second. So in Design Space, if you were to upload this way, as all these are separate objects, it is going to take a while. That's going to be the third option that I'm going to show you on this video. You still can do it. It just takes a while with the process. So if you don't have Corel Draw or the free one, which is Inkscape, or any other program, design program, you can still download or upload SVG already designed items such as this, where you can cut rhinestone templates. All right. So we want to go ahead and highlight the entire thing. You want to make sure that it stays ungrouped. In Corel, what you want to do is you want to go up here to the button that says Simplify, and you want to select that. So as you can see, it's working. So what this is doing is it's pretty much doing a massive punch, and it's cutting out all those circles, aka slicing, if you're using Design Space. So this may take a couple minutes, but let me show you real quick. So we got the anchor, we downloaded all that good stuff, but this is just a sample of all the different things that you can purchase already made. So I usually use this website. I'm sure there's probably other websites that have the same concept where you can purchase rhinestone SVGs, and you can just cut them on your die cutting machine. All kinds of stuff. This one has 280 pages. That's a lot. All right. So we're going to go back to Corel Draw. It looks like it's finished, so I'm going to go ahead and slide this over. And as you can see, all the holes are cut out of my yellow template, because if I put it over here by this line, you can see right through the template. So we're going to go ahead and delete these dots over here. We don't need that anymore. So now this becomes one object. This is going to be super easy to upload to Cricut Design Space. Now when you select the image, make a note of your dimensions. The width is 5.061 and the height is 5.456. What I like to do is I have a little notebook of all my purchases from TRW where I'll put the order number on there and all the items that are in that order number, and for the items that are downloads such as this, I'll put the dimensions on there as well. But I also like to save my files with the dimensions and the title. So if we go up here, I'm going to select Save. And I want to save this as an SVG so I can cut it in my Cricut Design Space. I've already saved it. So as you can see, I already put the dimensions inside with my title. Now be careful when you're putting the dimensions on your title, because sometimes it won't allow you to save it because it's reading it as a code. So spaces are important in your title. I wouldn't use an X for like 5x5 because that'll kind of do the same thing. It'll read it as a code, I think. I was having problems with it, and I'm like, why is this not saving? And it gave me an error code that I was writing some sort of code, or my code was incomplete. Something crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this because I already saved it. So we're going to just minimize that. So now I want to upload my Corel. Look at all the anchors I have. I'm just going to do it from scratch. I'm going to have to go back and delete all those anchors. If you're familiar with Design Space, you already know that you have how to upload items. So this one is going to have... So I don't want to do this one again because I just cleaned it up. I got rid of that other gray anchor. I think it's in my libraries. Let's take a look. It's called Anchor with the dimensions in it. Here it is. We're going to click on that. And there it is. So this is my Corel Draw anchor. I'm going to go ahead and hit Save. And this is it. We're going to hit Insert. Now, if I select over here, it gives me a warning signal. It says not supported by Explorer. The machine that I've been currently using is my Explorer Air. However, I did use my Maker the other day. The setting that you want to cut sticky flock or magic flock is going to be fabric setting on your Cricut cutting machine. All right. So it's huge. So what we need to do is we want to make it the correct size. The template was 5.061. You want to make sure that this is locked so then you get your height the right size. Boom. There it is. So that's how you can do it. If you have the TRW Wizard and you have Corel Draw, or even if you don't have the Wizard and you have Corel Draw, this is the easiest way you can upload your template so you can cut on the Cricut Design Space. We're going to hide that one, and now we're going to go to Inkscape. Inkscape is a free program. It's kind of like Corel Draw. The verbiage as far as the verbiage as far as, no, I don't want to save anything. I did the video already and I left a step out and I'm like, oh my God, but the video was good already. All right. So the first thing we want to do is going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and import the file. We're going to go to the Anchor New because that's the one that has the 2 on there. It brings it in right away. I don't have to hit enter or anything. And again, this program is free. I didn't really use this a whole lot. I did basic stuff on here. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to ungroup everything because we need to delete this anchor. So let's go to Object and we're going to select Ungroup. All right, Ungroup. For some reason you have to do it twice on here. So now I want to go ahead and grab this anchor and that template that it's on and I'm going to delete it. So now all we have left is this anchor. This is the only thing that we need. So if you look up here, it looks like it's set on pixels. I don't want pixels. I want to do inches because I know what my size is supposed to be. And my size is correct. It's 5.061 by 5.456. So now what we want to do is we want to essentially punch these holes out again like we did in Corel Draw. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select that. We're going to path. Now if you look here, exclusion is the same thing as simplify. So if you can see that exclusion here, it shows a square with a circle overlapping and it's cutting that little overlap off. So that's the button that we want to use in this free program, Inkscape. All right, so we want to hit exclusion. And I hear my computer going. There it is. It's going. So see, it punched out all the circles. So it's essentially the same thing. Oh, zoom in, please. There we go. All right, so now we can upload this to Cricut Design Space. And it's going to recognize this as only one object. All right, so let's go ahead and file, save this. I've already saved this one. This one is on my desktop, so I'm going to import it from my desktop. All right, so let's exit out or minimize that. Let's go ahead and hit upload. We're going to hit browse, go to desktop, and then I'm going to find my Inkscape anchor. Boom, there it is. All right, so we're going to hit save. This is the Inkscape one, and we're going to hit insert image. All right, now if you look at this one here, it looks like the Corel Draw one, right? But we want to double check our dimensions. My dimensions are a little off, so I'm going to go ahead and reset that. 5.061. All right, so now it's given me the correct height at 5.456. So here's our Inkscape one, and then here's our Corel Draw. Whoops, which one is which? This is Inkscape, this is Corel Draw. So now they look identical. Let's do it as if we're downloading or uploading. I keep saying downloading. Let's do it as if we uploaded that entire template into Cricut Design Space. We're going to hit upload. We already know that it's this one, so I'm not going to re-upload that one. All right, we're going to hit insert. Now, because all those dots are individual objects, as you can see, it says, wow, image is quite large. This may take a moment. No, this may take a while, to be honest. But as you can see, all the cuts are starting to populate over here. But it does have somewhat of a delay. But again, if you don't have Corel or you don't have any other design program and you want to make rhinestone stuff with your Cricut die cutting machine, this is the way you would do it. All right, so my dots are starting to pop up here. Or maybe the thing is complete. Let's take a look. All right, so everything is already selected. So what you want to do is you want to ungroup it because, again, we want to get rid of the first anchor. As you can see, the dimensions on this thing is 23.5 inches by 12.363. Let's go ahead and ungroup it. That's a process also, so it might take a minute. Okay, separating everything. Let's see. This is the part that's a little annoying. But there's still a way to do it in Cricut Design Space. It just takes a while. All right. So let's go ahead. We have that all ungrouped. I'm going to go down to 50% so we can all see what's on my screen here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this first anchor. Come on. There we go. And then we're going to delete that. All right. So now we have the anchor that we need. So what we're going to do with this one, let's see how big this one is. Let's just click on the box. It's still working, guys. All right, so this says it's 11.468. Still too big, right? Which means if I were to increase this to 100%, I'm not going to do it because it's going to take time. If I were to increase this to 100%, those circles are no longer going to be the 0.130 that we need for SS10 rhinestones. So now that everything is selected, let's go ahead and... Why is it... I just clicked off of everything. Let's do it this way. Let me reselect everything again. Now we can select attach. Now, as you know, when you're working with Design Space, when you attach something to a box like this, it's essentially going to cut out those that overlap. This is how I would make a template for glass etching. Same thing. You would have your box and then have your image in the center, and then you would kind of pretty much attach it because you know that Cricut is going to go ahead and cut out whatever's inside that box. Now, it could be taking a little while because my computer is a little old, and I'm also still working on Windows 7. I know, it's just bad. But it still works. All right, so our template is punched out. Well, it's not punched out. It's not sliced out like the Corel or Inkscape. It's just attached, but in Design Space, we know that Cricut is going to cut out all those little circles, right? So now what we want to do is, now we want to go ahead and give this to, put this to our correct dimensions. All right. So it's going to automatically adjust my height correctly because my little lock is locked. And then once this finishes, I'm going to bring in the Corel Draw template and the free Inkscape template. So then we can compare the three. I'm sorry guys, this is taking so long. Not my fault. I'm going to put this on pause so my computer is just not running on time here. Alright guys, so it went to its normal size. I'm still on 50%, but I'm going to go ahead and go up to, let's stay at 75%. Alright, so here is our Cricut template for cutting rhinestones, right? And then now I'm going to go grab my other two. So we know that this one is the Corel one, so I'm going to unhide that one. Whoa. All right. We know the Cricut one is yellow because that's just what Cricut Design Space does. This one is Corel Draw. That's the first one we did. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to move Cricut over here because I'm going to put them in the order that we did them. And then Inkscape. Let's go ahead and unhide that one. Boom. Right in the right spot. Perfect. All right. So as you can see, all my templates do look the same. This one was punched out and simplified in Corel for easy cutting on the Cricut die cutting machines. This one here is Inkscape. So that one was punched out very similar to Corel Draw. All right. And then the last anchor is the one that we uploaded directly to Cricut Design Space. So if you want to cut rhinestone templates on a Cricut die cutting machine, there is a way to do it. This one is a paid program with Corel Draw. This one is Inkscape, which is a free program. And then this one is my Cricut Design Space that comes with my Cricut cutting machines. So that's pretty much it for the comparison on how to upload and save your SVG files for cutting rhinestone templates on your Cricut machine. So if you have any questions, please put them down below and I will try to answer them. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.